Hey everybody, what's up? It is Dom here back once again for a video on Pro Wrestling Sim. I've been running a company for local to global. I'm still actually local size, but I felt like I'd let everybody know what's up in terms of the wrestling content wise, stuff I've been doing on the side here. And let's just jump straight into it. So I started off the company, Home of Professional Wrestling, good old HOPW. And as you can see, yeah, we had a fairly interesting last couple of years. I've actually been running this for 6 years in game. If we go to our finances here, I was making bank. I was making absolute bank here, all legit. And then boom, you would think the economy just like crashed real hard right here. But what happened was the game was fairly generous at the start when it came to making money, and then it had an update and the finances got balanced, and so right now it's actually at a much more balanced, realistic spot. Whereas as a local company, you could see I was at like $4 million up here. And I believe it was also, I think I had like a TV deal that it just was kind of like generous on giving me. Now it's balanced down. It's like, you ain't getting one yet. And then I was blowing through money because I also had my production values really high, and we were putting on some absolute bangers with the localest local of talents there could be. I actually do have some good names here in this company, and we'll go through and show off. But now I have, very bare minimum copyright free. I mean, we're probably using copyrighted music without them knowing for our music on the shows. No pyro. We can't even afford sparklers or nothing. So our merchandising comes from the one asshole who always joins in, is like, I'm the owner of this thing. You might be the booker, but I'm the owner. It's Johnny Weaver. So he's here and he's selling his t-shirts in the back of his van, and we're actually making profit off of that at least. Um, let's go here. Let's talk about some of the roster here. So this is my roster here. You can see I have what's going on right now, at least going into 2026. Um, Showing off my announce team, the wonderful Mark Madden. I feel like I had another announcer also, but I had to cut costs there and like get rid of like two referees and an announcer. Um, I don't think it was Justin Roberts. I can't remember who it was, but Mark Madden, he's the dude. He's our announcer here at HOPW. Of course, no developmental. Nobody's injured right now. I actually was doing drug testing when this first started off, because I had the money to blow through and spend it. Good thing nobody looks like was doing anything. Um, that's one of the cool little features there that you can get into. One of the newer ones. If we go to our promises here, I don't think I have any promises right now, but I've been getting more and more promises. Also, my work morale is just absolutely horrible. And they're just, you would think they're like in a rat infested restaurant wrestling, basically. Like it is absolute abysmal here. That's something that as a local company, man, I wish like you could get some better insight on like setting backstage roles that didn't cost money, or maybe not as many negative influences or just that horrible of an impact, because there's a lot of active effects for like good morale but also just horribly negative people. Here it says, we need to have some positive relationships, so I feel like it shouldn't be at an absolute zero. There's that. um got some tag teams. I got some tag teams. Been criticized by the friends for having teams like such as Chapsticks, all right, or the Redneck Wrecking Crew. Look, it's the best we got, man. We're a local company. So, but it's actually nice to see that they've been gaining experience. Because you guys really think these two bozos and these guys have really been put together? No, I just threw them together. And Chubby Dudley, Nick Gage, they're yeah, they're the dudes. They're MDK all day. Title wise, Julia is my champion. So shout out to Dane there. And she's going strong. I think we're going to have a pretty good title reign with her. Knock on wood, no injuries there. Kaden Carter has been killing it a bit there. We had Wendy Chu. She was champ. Our first champ was actually Jade Cargill. Big fan of Jade. We've only had the women's division for about 2 years now. It really was. I tried to keep it as local as possible, with only one world title. And I didn't even have a women's division until later, and then of course tag team division later. Also, because I'd had so many requests of people being like they wanted titles, and I couldn't flip-flop the world title as much. So we take it to the very beginning of time. Our first champ was Hook. He's not even here anymore, but shout out to him because he's off in like his own little realm. I think he's like in Impact right now or something. So we actually still have some HOPW originals with like Chris Bay, Adam Cole, but if you look here, you're like, wow, how did Otis get the belt? And asking y'all shall receive for the most part. I think like A-Kid's in here. Yeah, so some people did get their dreams come true, but Marty Martinez, one of the longer defense runs here, it feels like. I think he might honestly surpass longest reign. I wish it would show on the side who has the longest reign. I think Kyle O'Reilly at 245, so he's inching closer at surpassing him. I wish it would also show like prestige also as it's like going up and down, because I'm curious what the prestige levels have been, because I haven't kept too much an eye in there. Enzo dipped on me. He went to the big leagues, so he was a good case of somebody walking out and vacating the belts. So we got a new tag team champs fairly, right after these guys just won. I think because one of them literally was like, hey, I want the belt too. And so but they held the belts a couple times. That's kind of the story with most of the tag teams is most of these guys I think have held it. Have chapsticks out? There you go. Yeah, I was trying to think anyone who hasn't. Yeah, you can see I was a little crazy with spending at one point. I was like, oh yeah, Roman and Seth both left WWE. Heck yeah, let's grab them for a couple nights, 70 nights to be to be exact, and then they would lose to Red Dragon. So at least they lost to someone good. I thought this was a good run here. Danhausen and Hookhausen, which neither of them are even in the company anymore. So let's see, what else does it really show off here? We can go over win-loss rankings here. All time, Kyle O'Reilly, big one there. Nick Gage, just right underneath them. Jade Cargill has just as many. She's only been here for like 2 years. So let's see what else we got. I do only have one event, HOPW breakdown for 60 minutes every Sunday, so it helps us inch along there. I think that's my best advice is that you just kind of have to inch along. As you see, point one, there was a point where the game gave you like 0.01 popularity every single show, or maybe a little bit more here and there. But now it's at a point where it's only 0.1, which is still much better, than 0.01. Man, it is a grind from local to global, and as it should be, honestly. I'm very close inching to my first network deal, which is probably, from the look at the other promotions, by filtering by their popularity. I think Ring of Honor is just, they're 37 and 14. I think they get away with YouTube, which is free to air. Lucha's, a little bit higher. They got a good bit there. So I mean, I just have to keep an eye out on, what I can really get. If you're kind of curious what's going on in the rest of the world, I'll kind of jump by here and you can kind of see. Do it really quickly though. And see who are all the champs, like Giant Baba, AEW champ all day. AEW champ, Giant Baba. Okada, Cruiserweight champ, hell yeah. Steve Austin, World Heavyweight Champion. So at least some things still make sense in the world. Everyone remembers Hogan and Raven versus the Filthy Animals. That was a good one. But they might not remember the lesser known Triple H MVP Invader versus Brock Lesnar, Eddie Guerrero, and El Santo. So we got some pretty crazy match of the years here. Jamie Noble, the Blue Demon versus Chris Candido and John Cena. Okay. All right, well that's got a little bit of a wrap there for what's going on in my local to global. If you guys want to see me stream this more, I think I'll mostly keep it to like recording updates here and there as like big milestones happen, show you what's going on in the world, as well as when I get my first network. But if you just want to chill and have me stream this and whatnot, I'll definitely set aside some time, maybe get some friendos around. We'll do the good old wheel spin. Really make things kind of interesting and crazy, talk about wrestling and whatnot, what's going on in the world. as we have a pay-per-view upcoming. But that's going to wrap it up, everyone. You guys know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff that helps out the channel. And we'll see you all next time. Peace out.